So are you pleased with the output of water that you're seeing so far with the solar pump?
Yeah, so far the pressure is good. So, like expected, as long as we have the sun, we always get a lot of water. I think we can get more than 10,000 liters of water per day from there above, between 10 to 15,000.
We're standing right outside the fish farm. Here's the gate, as you can see. This is obviously not how it's going to be when it's done, but we're just testing the solar pump. So right now, this is water that's pumping from the solar pump into one of the reserve ponds that has a significant amount of water in it. And then we will run piping similar to this to the other reserve pond on the other side of the farm. And then these ponds have plumbing that run and piping that runs to the other ponds. So just a reminder, we have 30 ponds here. So adding this pumped water is going to be great. While we do have our natural source of water that's continuing to ensure that there is water flowing to all of the ponds, we wanted to make sure that we had a sustainable option going into dry season to make sure that the water maintains the levels we need it to. So as said, this is obviously very temporary. Look at that. We just have it currently sitting there on a stone and a piece of small wood, and not holding a stone here, but all of this will be dug into the ground, and these pipes will be laid properly. But looks like it's going to do what we're hoping it would, so that's very promising. So as we showed you here, here's the piping. All of this is going to be laid in the ground. We've been, well, I shouldn't say we. Other folks have been digging trenches, as you saw in the last video. And then the pipe will be laid in the ground. But for right now, just to kind of show you what we're looking at here, here is one of the concrete ponds that we have. You see that there's some plumbing work that's been done on the external of the pond. And so the pipe work hasn't finished here yet. But David's going to explain to you kind of what the vision is. So
Welcome back once again, part 2. So we are doing the plumbing. So after installing the water pump, and so far we're seeing the pressure is not bad. So the pump is working as expected. So we are in the process of digging the trenches so that we can put the pipe to bring the water to this concrete pond, and then we can pump here, because it takes about maybe around 150,000 liters to fill this pond. So we're gonna have to first pump a lot of water here, and then when we need water, we can always gonna do the pipe work. As you can see, there's 2 lines, so we just open here, and then we can serve it to the reservoir, the 2 reservoirs that serves on the pond. So we can do the pipe work, and then we can, one pipe will go the other side and one here, so that we can add more water when we really need it, because I think the dry season is really coming and the water is going to be a little bit scarce. So by having the well, so it will be a good addition to the project, and we can pump water. So
yep.
We can show you how everything is going, because so far we have dug a couple of the lines to put the pipes.
Yep, and we'll show that in just a second. So I'm sure people will be wondering, but I don't understand. There's stagnant water in here. Is this water you pumped from the well currently?
Not yet. We haven't pumped it. This one, like, we just brought it with a couple of jerry cans to fill and try to see if it.
I just wanted to make sure that the concrete pond would hold water.
That it can hold. So
The good news is it does, right? So it does hold water. Obviously, they'll have to pump this water, which is stagnant water, out. They have just been trying their hand at growing some, I think, hyacinths there. So they'll pump this water out, which is stagnant water that they put in here from jerry cans, just to test that the pond was actually going to hold. And then they'll start the plumbing process. So we'll follow David over here and he'll walk you through kind of what it's looking like with the pipe work. So you can see the pipe work is along the ground now, but he mentioned they're digging trenches so that way they can bury the lines. So we'll walk up here and he can show you a little bit more of that.
pretty much go up here, and then we can put up a nozzle here so that we can, each time every day we can pour water here, and then we can release the water with a lot of pressure to add more oxygen to the ponds. So.
Yep. So the plumbing work isn't finalized on this side yet, but as you can see, there's the trenches. This is where the piping is buried and will be. And then, of course, the pipes are going to run right into this concrete pond and then go out that side. I don't know if you can see there. There's some holes there. And then what you saw on the other side with the two valves there is the other side of the plumbing system. All right, let's keep going. So in the few days since we've done the last video, they've been pretty busy. See, this is where they're burying the line.
Yep, so everything's going smoothly.
So are you pleased with the output of water that you're seeing so far with the solar pump?
Yeah, so far the pressure is good. So, like expected, as long as we have the sun, we always get a lot of water. I think we can get more than 10,000 liters of water per day from there above, between 10 to 15,000
Wow.
liters. So that should be good.
That should help to ensure that the pond levels stay
Hi.
higher like you like them to be, and also that the oxygenation occurs the way you need it to for
Exactly.
keeping the fish healthy.
Yeah, so we have to put here like 7 switches so that every morning we can like switch off and on. So the morning comes.
Oh yes, I see them here. Right there is going to be the on and off switch for the pump.
Yep. Yeah, and then just figure the first pipe here and the third in the same line. So
Pipe goes all the way around here, then cuts through the field of maize, which of course is not always here, but it is right now. So we'll cut through here. If you watched our last video that we uploaded, you know that the well is kind of on the other side of this field. So we're walking through here now to get over to the well. What's the green cord?
that's the solar.
Oh yeah.
The farm.
Okay, so the solar goes just a much shorter distance than the pipe, but it's here. And here's our well.
Yeah, that's the pumping, I think. So, a lot of water.
Let me see if I can take a visual without dropping my phone in the well. I don't know how I can see that, but there you go. You can see it a little bit.
Yep, so the pump is running. That's the bubble showing the pump is running. So
We've got some nice water flowing through there. And we've got some nice bubbles from the pump. And then here, what is this called? Like a junction or a conductor? What is this called?
Like a T-junction.
T-junction.
So we're going to take some water back the other side because there's a construction going up there, so they need water. So
got it. So it's spliced right now to ensure that water can flow that way towards the construction site. Then water will flow this way down towards the fish farm. We're going to head back over to the farm and show you a little bit about where the fish are at in their growth process and talk a little bit more about the importance of what we're doing and the improvements that we're making, and we've been showing you with this pump to ensure the health and well-being of our fish overall. So join us while we take a little walk. It is a nice warm day today, and luckily we have had some rain in the past week. Several days we had some nice downpours, but in the 21 or so days before that, it was very hot and we had zero rain whatsoever. So this is just going to be a huge improvement for us to ensure as the dry season happens that our fish have what they need to continue to grow healthy. All right, here's what our little rigged system looks like from inside. I know I showed you from outside the gate a little bit ago. Obviously, we're going to get this all organized, but now that we know that it works and flows the way that we desired it to, we can get more serious about carrying these lines and getting the plumbing set up properly. David's bringing us some food.
I'm going to show the sizes of what?
To feed the little fishies. Well, they're not so little anymore. I mean, some of them are small. We have fingerlings and smaller ones, but got some real big guys and girls these days too.
This is a farming.
Feeding time. Ooh, little bubbles. You see them?
Look at that one done.
They're getting big, aren't they?
They don't have the time for eating. So let's check this one in.
Obviously, we feed them a lot more than we're showing you. But we just want to give you a general idea of how they're doing in the ponds right now, so you can view them as far as their growth is going. So we'll just give you a little snippet of some of the ponds as we're going through the feeding process. So the fish in these ponds are how old?
8 months?
These are
These are tilapia.
tilapia.
These are tilapia, they're about 8 months old, and they're going to be going out in time soon, so I think around January we get a offload of most of them, so I'll leave the little ones because most of them have like reproduced, so
Which, of course, that wasn't the intention.
yeah. So when you're going to the hatchery, they tell you they don't really reproduce, but
Well, they told you at the hatchery that they actually sterilize the fish, correct?
yep.
And we have found that that was not actually accurate.
Yeah.
At least not for some of them. So
Yeah, so we gotta get off the adult one, and then pretty much have the little one have some room to grow. So, and as you're saying, with the tilapia, they're not like catfish. They like really clean water. So by having the well down there, by pumping water and adding, so to give us better level and clean water for this fish to grow. So I think it's gonna be good once we're done with all the setting up, the between these two ponds to serve down the other side.
All right, I don't know if you can see the ripple here. Yeah, I think you can. So these are, I just call them input pipes. That might not be the right term, but essentially this is
This pipe underground.
a pipe underground that is bringing fresh water into each of the ponds. So this is an input pipe that brings that. And then the ponds also have, I'll just call it output pipes. So that way there can be a good flow of fresh, not stagnant water into each of the ponds on a regular basis. So we believe with starting the infusion of water from the well that we've been talking about, that we'll see even more circulation coming from these particular pipes. So that's going to be great and will help us to continue to ensure that we have great flow within our ponds. Anything I missed, dear?
No, so that's the reason why we're here. Like, we're adding into, when the water comes in from the other side and then fills in, then there's a pipe here. So once it's full, it comes in through this pipe and then gets up and comes up from there.
Oh yeah, you can't see, but see how there's like a little alcove here. I'll put my finger. That's where we got pipes.
Several pipes is under the ground, so you can see it from up, but they're all under the ground. And there's a flow of water from one pond to another. So our main concern was like, if we don't have enough water, what are we gonna do? So then we decided to have a well, and we can pump water and add into the main sources, so then they can flow to every pond around the farm. So our main concern was like being short of the water during dry season. So we've had a couple hots so far since November. Through December we've been having really hot season. So we can see there was a difference in water changes being low. And we decided to have a well and pump. So by pumping water gives us much leverage, that we can be on top of the game in terms of water. Then we can have a better flow.
And I just observed this myself. I want to show the difference. So this is the pond that has the solar pump well water flowing into it right now. Look at all the movement in the pond. Right?
There's a lot of oxygen.
Lots of oxygen. Versus this pond, which has there's movement. We're not stagnant. However, it's certainly not at the same level. So we're really excited for this enhancement for all of our ponds to make them healthier. And
you can see it because that water has a water source, so there's a lot of movement there too.
mm-hmm.
So we want all the ponds to look like that. Oh, thanks for watching today, and we really appreciate your support. As we said, every day is a learning process, So we are glad that you are here to see how we improve our farm every day. So thank you very much.